In the early modern period, Italy was dominated by a number of independent city-states. The largest and most powerful of these were Florence, Venice, Milan, and Rome. Now, these weren't your typical city-states like Athens or Thebes. They were more like mini-republics or principalities, with their own form of self-government, their own armies, and their own patron class. So how did these city-states come to dominate Italy? Well, it started with the fall of the Roman Empire. As we saw in an earlier episode, the countryside was largely abandoned, leaving these cities relatively close to Rome undefended and ripe for the taking. Powerful local families took advantage of this and established themselves as the dominant force in northern and central Italy. The most notable of these were the Visconti and Sforza families in Milan, the Medici family in Florence, and the most infamous, the Borgias in Rome. These wealthy families became patrons of the arts, commissioning works from some of the greatest artists of the Renaissance, including Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo da Vinci. In fact, the Medici family is one of the most prominent examples of Renaissance patronage. They were so influential that they're considered the founders of the Renaissance. Their private art collection was one of the largest in Europe and included works by all the great masters. But the Medici's love of art and learning wasn't just about acquiring beautiful things. It was also about showing off their power and wealth. The arts were a way for them to display their wealth and at the same time win the adoration of their subjects. And it worked. The people of Florence loved the Medici family, and their legacy has endured for centuries. Of course, the Medici weren't the only ones. Patronage of the arts was widespread among the Italian nobility, and it had a profound impact on the development of Renaissance art. But it wasn't just the visual arts that flourished in Italy. Literature also saw a revival during the Renaissance, with writers like Niccolò di Nicolai and Francesco Petrarca leading the way. They were followed by a slew of polymaths, scientists, and humanists, who made significant contributions to our understanding of the world around us. These included Galileo Galilei, who made groundbreaking discoveries in astronomy, and Leonardo da Vinci, who was a master of painting, sculpture, science, and engineering. In fact, it was this spirit of curiosity and exploration that really set the Renaissance. Apart from the Middle Ages, it was a time when people were rediscovering the classics and studying the ancient Greeks and Romans. They were also developing new ways of thinking about the world, and this led to some truly innovative ideas. So the next time you're in Florence, Venice, Milan, or Rome, take a moment to appreciate the incredible legacy of these city-states. Without them, the Renaissance might have looked very different.